Hi again, Mount Pleasant. Mr. Snyder here. Talk to you guys again about our layers of the Earth activity. So now we are on the outer core and how to first calculate the measurements that we're going to take on a piece of butcher paper, which you see over here on this side, and also how to find the percentage found down here towards the bottom, which actually this one is down. It's found in your book already on page 197 to explain how to do percentages. And it's also a place to get the thicknesses as well for the rest of the physical and compositional layers that you'll be doing percentages on the back side as well. So here, first we're going to do the calculation for our measurement that we're going to take. So when we're reading here, it says draw the outer core. The second most inner layer is the outer core. It extends 3,430 kilometers from center. So that's the unit we're going to use because we want the radius here that we're measuring, because we're pulling everything from center, all from the same point. So we get a nice, beautiful drawing here. So we have 3,430 kilometers. Plug it into our dimensional analysis problem. 3,430 kilometers. Place that over 1, make it nice and even. Then our ratio, still the same, 1 kilometer. And for 1 kilometer, it's going to be represented by 1/100th of a centimeter. So now, again, kilometers divide out. So we have 3,430 kilometers times 0.01. And that is how many centimeters you're going to measure from center. Again, you guys can at least do that part of the part of this. So write this equation down in the box and then do the multiplication there. So then we're going to do our percentage here now of what percent of the outer core makes up the entire compositional layer of the core. So using the same number on the bottom here, the thickness of the core itself, 3,430 kilometers. And now in here I tell you the thickness is 2,200 kilometers. It also tells you the same thing in the chart on page 197 in your books. So it has all of them right there. Okay, page 197, where you want to refer to for the percentages. And don't forget to multiply by 100, and that'll give you the percent of the outer core. So again, these equations, make sure you're writing these in the boxes as well on your activity packet for this. If you're not writing them in there, then you're not getting points, because it's 1 point for writing the equation, 1 point for doing the math right, and 1 point for the units. Units are important. Use them. Then so now we have our measurement that we're going to take. We have a percentage. So now I'll bring our butcher paper over real quick, and I'll show you how to measure this one. And this is the last measurement I'm going to show you, because it's a little bit different than the first one. The first one made a complete circle. This one, we're going off the edges. Okay, so I already measured the measurement, and I'm not telling you what it is because you guys need to do that calculation. But I have my dots on here at the measurement for the calculation that we just did. I'm going to take my pencil, in this case my purple marker, and hold it so that I'm on those points that I pre-measured out already. A little too far. And here you see it's off the page, so I have to come around and try to do this left-handed on the board. You guys can do this on the ground, so it's not so difficult, and you're not using your other hand that you struggle using. There you go. So now you can see this would be your outer core. You have your inner core right here. So now you need to draw your last 3 layers. Okay, so the mesosphere, again, I tell you the radius extends out 5,980 kilometers. So that's what you use for your measurement ratio calculation. For the ionosphere, it extends out 6,230 kilometers from the center. And I tell you, the lithosphere is 150 kilometers thick on the outside of the asthenosphere. So you guys need to add the thickness of the lithosphere to the radius of the asthenosphere to get the number for your to start your calculation for the lithosphere. That's the reason why you have two boxes here. This right here says show work. So in the lithosphere, this is where you figure out how far away from the center it is, and then here's where you do your calculation to figure out what are we supposed to measure on our paper. Okay. And also the lithosphere is a little bit different because it gets split between the mesosphere and the crust. So you need to figure out what portion is in the crust and what portion is in the mesosphere here. So a little bit different, but you guys are smart kids, and it's good to practice our math skills as well. So that's a period bell for fourth period here. So I got to get going. If you have any other questions, please email me, tweet me at Mr. F. Snyder. You guys know my email, fsnyder@mpsd.net, or message me on Schoology, whatever. Ask. Talk to you later, MPA. Bye.